Alright, so today we're going to look at complex numbers. Don't worry, it's not too complex. So first one, finding square roots of negative numbers. So number one, find the square root of each. So we have the square root of negative 49. So watch how we do this one. All we want to do is the book likes to separate these. Okay, so I'll do that as well. I'm going to separate the negative 1 and that 49. Okay, so negative 1 times 49 is just negative 49. And now we have square root of negative 1 times square root of 49. And as we'll see in class, the square root of a negative 1 is I. So we have I root, square root of 49 is 7. Right? So I times 7, and we could just rewrite that as 7I. So the integer should come first, and we'll see what happens when we get a radical. Okay. So same thing over here. We have to write that as negative 1 times 45. Now, the negative 1 we could do, right? Square root of negative 1 is just I. But how about 45? So we want to simplify that. So because this is an imperfect square. So what perfect square goes into 45? We have 2 squared, which is 4, 3 squared, which is 9, 4 squared, which is 16, 5 squared, which is 25, etc., etc., etc. So does 25 go in? No. Does 16? No. Does 9? Yeah, it does. So we have 9 times, and then 45 divided by 9 is 5. Ta-da. So there we go. And you could break that up as well if you want. Okay. And we're left with I, and then square root of 9 is 3, and square root of 5. Alright, now watch this. We want to put this integer in front, and then I, and then the square root in the back. Okay. And the reason why is because we don't want to get confused with that radical. We want to make sure that the I and the 3 are outside of the radical. Okay. So that's why we put those in front. Alright, on to the next. Here we have negative 6 times the square root of negative 12. So negative 6 is just negative 6. And square root of negative 12, same thing. We're going to replace that with a negative 1 times 12. So we have negative 6 times negative 1. There's our I. And 12 we can rewrite that as, what perfect square goes in 12? We have 4, 9 does not, and 16. So 16 is bigger, so it has to be 4. 4 times 3. Da-dum. So we have negative 6, and then times I, and then square root of 4 is 2, times the square root of 3 is square root of 3. So negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. And we can multiply these because the 2 is outside of the radical, right? And so is the negative 6. So negative 12I root 3.